It's the Josh Cast with Josh and
Chris.
the first and only movie podcast on the internet.
That's true.
Today we're going to be diving into Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes, we are.
I'm excited to talk about this one. Because I kind of missed all the hype on it when it first came out because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this discussion.
Well, I mean, no one's really said anything about this movie, so I think we're good.
Yeah, and especially not on podcasts because we're the only movie podcast.
Yeah. Now, why don't you give us a summary of this movie, Josh?
I was getting to that. Okay. We open with Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, best character in the movie, playing drums, beating up vultures, joining the Spider Society. In that order. Miles Morales runs into a man claiming to be his arch nemesis, Spot. They duke it out, and Miles Morales returns home to his dad's party. After an emotional confrontation, Miles is grounded. He is surprised when he finds that his friend from a different universe, Gwen Stacy, has arrived here. The two hang out, but unfortunately, Gwen is just on the lookout for anomalies for the Spider Society. They run into Spot, and things kind of take a bad turn. Spot levels up. Gwen decides to take Miles Morales to see some other universes, where he learns about canon events and meets some cool new besties. Unfortunately, one of these besties is Oscar Isaac. He really hates Miles Morales. So, Miles basically fights off every Spider-Man that ever existed and gets trapped in not his own universe. In fact, he's trapped by himself, who is the Prowler. Oh, also Gwen is somewhere else.
Repenting.
So yeah, it's a pretty crazy movie, right, Chris?
Yeah. It is one of the best of the year. So far, obviously, we still have 2 days left of the year
Recording.
as of recording. Probably 1 day as of release. But yeah, the movie's very good, and I think that we should get into our ratings of the movie.
Yes. My rating, it might be a bit of a hot take. I think Across the Spider-Verse is only an 8 out of 10.
That is crazy. You should be burned at the stakes.
I wish.
Like in the book of the Bible, Matthew,
Mhm.
one of the Matthew chapters, you shall have a millstone hung around your neck and drowned for that take.
Ain't no way you whipped out the scriptures on me.
No, I agree that it's not. I think that Into the Spider-Verse is better, but I do think that this is top tier Marvel, especially what we've gotten in the recent years. And that may be sort of biased because my favorite fictional character of all time is Spider-Man, whether that be Miles Morales or Peter Parker. They're both like
They're
great
both
characters.
Spider-Man, let's say it.
Yeah, they are. No, they are both Spider-Man. That's not what Josh said on Twitter, but anyways.
Shut up. That's a joke.
That is a joke.
For all the listeners, I think Miles Morales is Spider-Man. I read the Ultimate Comics, that's right.
Me too. I did. That's a great comic. series. Well,
Yeah, great
yeah,
run
that's like the only
for
good.
most of it.
Yeah, most of it. It's like the only good comic run that is in the Ultimate series, and I feel like that's not a hot take.
It's the only one that's consistently good.
Yeah,
Others have like good story arcs every now and then, but
yeah, yeah. I can agree. I guess I can agree with that. Um, Now my review for this movie, follow us on Letterboxd, link in bio, is 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I'm still doing 5 out of 5 stars because it's the same thing.
you're
It's this
lame.
no, it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. You just multiply it by 2 for Josh's score.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah, you're supposed to like simplify your fractions though.
That whatever, man.
So what do you like about the movie?
I like that so in the first movie, I feel like this is the thing that I like about Across versus Into. Into kind of feels like Miles's movie, which is great because Miles is trying to be great, and then like he gets really good at the end, but it didn't really give him time to exactly shine. But everyone fell in love with Miles, and in this movie, Miles has one of the best performances in a Spider-Man movie ever. Like he might be the GOAT of Spider-Man currently. I mean, he literally like evaded every single Spider-Man. That's like a performance of the year award.
That's kind of a crazy feat.
Yeah, right? Like even in the
Howard
comics,
Taylors must be losing their minds.
right? Like now Miles is probably my second favorite version of Spider-Man. My
Who's
favorite
your first?
my favorite version of Spider-Man is the Yuri Lowenthal Insomniac Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say Peter Parker.
No. I'm talking about actual versions.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
this version of Miles Morales is my second favorite version of Spider-Man overall. And my first one is Insomniac's Peter Parker.
I mean, those are really strong contenders.
Yeah. And but overall I do think that Miles Morales and Peter Parker as a character are on the same level of the greatest of all time comic book characters.
Yeah, goats.
Yeah. Speaking of Insomniac, Yuri Lowenthal makes a cameo in this movie. And
Yeah. Like all the major Spider-Man do besides Tom.
yeah, which was a little weird. A little weird that like he was the only Spider-Man not in it. But some of the other notable cameos are J.K. Simmons. He plays every J. Jonah Jameson, which is a really funny bit. Donald Glover as the Prowler, which was I'm pretty sure was confirmed to be the actual MCU Prowler.
Yeah.
Which is really cool because he's a great actor, great comedian.
Well, confirmed by Sony, which doesn't mean
true.
much.
That's true. Yeah, Sony will do anything. Yeah, no, Donald Glover is a great actor, great comedian, great songwriter. And then also another like
This is America.
Yeah. Another cameo that surprised me was I didn't know that Ayo Edebiri was in this movie, but she's one of the band members in Gwen's band. She played April in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, which was really good.
Oh, that's cool.
And she's in The Bear, and she was like in Theater Camp, which was another movie that came out this year.
Haven't seen it.
Me neither, but I watched like the first
Want to.
20 minutes of it, so that's got to count for something.
I am a theater kid, as all the people listening will soon find out in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, I am not, but we'll get to that road when we come to it. And one of the last cameo that I personally really enjoyed was Peter in Gwen's universe is voiced by Jack Quaid, who is one of my favorite current actors. He was also in Oppenheimer this year. He played the scientist that plays the bongos. I don't really remember his name. I haven't rewatched Oppenheimer yet. But yeah, he's also Huey and the Boys, which is maybe my favorite show of all time. And also he was in the new Superman show, My Adventures with Superman. which was really good for a cartoon Adult Swim Superman show.
Yeah, I really need to see that.
It's really good. It's like the first media of Superman after growing up with the Snyder movies coming out, of me being like, wow, Superman is a good character.
You just need to read Superman comics.
I do, but here's the thing: Zack Snyder, being the shitty director that he is, made Superman just have a bad taste in my mouth.
It's Zack Snyder. I don't know what you expect.
Yeah, we'll have to get into We'll have to do a Zack Snyder movie, and I can get into my distaste for Zack Snyder.
Oh, we gonna do Rebel Moon?
Rebel Moon. It actually made a. Did you see that it made $1 billion on Netflix?
That's stupid.
Yeah, it didn't, but I just like to lie sometimes.
Did you see that? Rebel Moon had a 300 billion people watched it in the opening weekend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
100%.
Okay, all right.
300 billion.
300 billion, yeah. Yeah. That's it's crazy. They almost got as much people that watch the Josh cast.
Not quite though.
Not quite. I mean, while we're down the list, I might as well go through some other notable voice performances, which there are a lot of in this movie. Like, I have 2 pages worth of notable voice performances. I'll start from the top. Shameik Moore as Miles, obviously. Very good voice actor. I haven't seen him in anything other than the Spider-Verse movies, which I've been meaning to. I just, lose track of time. But yeah, he's really good in these movies as Miles, especially. And then the Spot is played by Jason Schwartzman, who is a big Wes Anderson actor. He's in all the Wes Anderson movies. But the most recent one, Asteroid City, is like one of the only ones I've seen, and he was pretty good in that. He was like the main character.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Anderson.
Really? That's crazy. Yeah. Fantastic Mr. Fox is really good. And then we have Haley Steinfeld. Oh, no, sorry. Haley Steinfeld. No. Wait.
What?
What's her name?
Haley Steinfeld.
Steinfeld sounded wrong because I've been watching Seinfeld.
You got to keep this whole bit in.
Yeah, dude, I swear to, like, I've been watching Seinfeld on Netflix. Great show, by the way. We might have to do a Seinfeld episode.
Uh-huh.
But I read Steinfeld. I was like, that is not right. But she played Gwen, obviously one of the best voice acting performances in this movie.
Yeah.
And they amped her character up a lot in this movie versus Into, because she has a great story with her dad, which is also like a major part of the movie is her dad accepting her.
Yeah, I mean, Gwen Stacy was already one of the best parts of Into the Spider-Verse, but I think it's fair to say that she might be the standout performance in this movie.
Yeah, I would agree that she's probably giving the best performance here. But everybody's doing their best, and you can tell.
Absolutely.
She was also obviously in one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite Disney Plus shows, Hawkeye. Not my favorite.
Hawkeye's great.
She-Hulk was my favorite, and I know I'm gonna get
She-Hulk's amazing.
We're gonna get death threats for saying that She-Hulk is amazing, but She-Hulk was my favorite Marvel show that came out.
It might be mine.
Also,
although
Loki's trash, but we're gonna get into that another day.
We should just have like a
Disney.
big like MCU hot takes.
Yeah, we should do that. That'd be fire. Yeah, so she played what's her name? Kate Bishop in Hawkeye, which was great show. A good Christmas show. And she also was in The Marvels, spoiler alert, which came out 2 months ago. A month ago. She's at the end, and there's like a Young Avengers tease, which I'm excited for. But can I get this off my chest while we're here and talking about Young Avengers?
What?
every time I see a post on TikTok or Twitter that's like, "Are you guys excited for the Young Avengers?" and then it has like a photoshopped of all the team together.
Mm-hmm.
It always has Kid Loki, and it never has Eli Brady, which makes me mad.
Yeah,
because Eli Brady is a great
back
character.
Kid Loki.
They're not bringing back Kid Loki, and I'm super fine with that because I hated that character. He's so annoying.
They also like never include Ironheart.
Yeah, another great performances in the recent MCU is Ironheart was just a great part of Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like whenever I see that post and it's like Kate Bishop, the Wanda twins, Miss Marvel, and then like America Chavez is in there, which is like, okay, I can kind of see it, maybe. But then like Kid Loki's in there, and it's like, why are you putting Kid Loki in there when he's not going to be in there, and why are you keeping out Eli Brady, one of my favorite members of the Young Avengers?
Yeah, especially when he has been set up so much more than like Kid Loki, for example.
Yeah,
since we're talking about him.
Yeah.
Like, did people forget about Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
That's what I'm saying, and that was one of the better shows.
It really was.
I like the street level stuff more than I like the big like WandaVision and Loki. The big scale stuff kind of loses me sometimes if not done really well.
It's just very easy to do badly.
Yeah. Like WandaVision is like really good for the first like 3 episodes, and then it turns into like every other thing that you've ever seen, and it's like, ugh. Which is also another hot take, because everybody will die by WandaVision.
I liked WandaVision for most of it.
Yeah,
I just thought the last 2 episodes were kind of bad.
Yeah, I agree. Back to after our MCU rant, back to more performances.
It's okay. It's our podcast. We can rant about whatever we want.
That's so true.
Plus, it's related. This is Marvel.
True. Oscar Isaac plays Spider-Man 2099 in this movie.
Yep.
Miguel O'Hara, the antagonist, because he's not the villain. Yeah, he's an antagonist.
Yeah.
He is my favorite. He is my second favorite Star Wars character from the sequels. Just behind Kylo Ren. And he plays Poe Dameron, which if you read, I don't know if you've read the comics. There's like one comic specifically that I'm referencing. I don't remember the name. But it has Poe's parents in it, and they talk about how when Poe was little, he was taught to fly by Luke Skywalker. And that's why he's so good at like...
What?
Yeah. No, I swear to God.
That's canon?
Yeah, I think so. I might be wrong, and I'm going to get flamed on Twitter for this. But I think it is. I really do. Anyways. He's great in Star Wars, and so is... Honestly, while we're here, since this is the tangent and rant episode,
yeah,
the sequels are not that bad, and they're better than the prequels.
Okay.
Listen, The Last Jedi...
Wait, I thought you liked Attack of the Clones.
I do. I like them all. Frankly, there's like there's like 3 Star Wars movies that I don't like. And
the only one I genuinely don't like is Rise of Skywalker.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that everything that's bad in Rise of Skywalker is bad because of The Last Jedi.
I disagree. I think The Last Jedi is a pretty good Star Wars movie.
Okay.
I like it more than Solo.
We're going to have to do... Okay. All right. Solo is my favorite Star Wars movie, which I'm going to get flamed for again, but it's a great movie. I love it so much. Anyways, we're going to have to do a Solo episode. We're going to have to do a Star Wars episode.
Yeah, we definitely should have a bunch of episodes just about these various things that we could talk about
Yeah, let's
endlessly.
just do like rant episodes where we like big franchise rant, like Star Wars
Mhm.
rant and Marvel rant, or hot takes or whatever. Anyways, back
Yeah.
to voice actors.
Still doing this.
Yeah, Brian Tyree Henry plays uh, Miles' dad, which also a great character in this movie. And the most recent thing I saw him in was Bullet Train, and he was really good in Bullet Train. And Bullet Train is one of those movies that all of the film bros hate because they're like, it's just schlock for people to go watch. I liked Bullet Train, and that may be because I like Brad Pitt, not really as a person, but as an actor. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry. It was a fun movie, and I would recommend it to people. Anyways, Jake Johnson is in it. He plays Peter B. Parker, returning from the first movie, and he's in New Girl. I can't get into New Girl. I've tried. Have you seen New Girl?
No, I haven't.
I hear it's really good, and I like Zoe Deschanel because she's in like one of my favorite movies, which being 500 Days of Summer. But
Hmm.
and I like Jake Johnson and what I've seen him, and I haven't really seen any of the other actors in. But and then Issa Rae plays Spider Woman, the pregnant one. She's pregnant and she rides a motorcycle, and she's really cool in this movie. She's kind of like Gwen's uh, parental figure, kind of. Not really.
No.
She's her mentor, kind of.
Yeah.
And she was also in Barbie this year. She played the president Barbie.
Oh, that's what Barbie she was.
Yep. She's not really in it, which is a shame because she's a good actor, but yeah. And then Karen Sony plays Spider-Man India, and he's also in the Deadpool movies as the like Deadpool's friend. I think he drives a taxi.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's good in those movies. Every movie I've seen him in, he's pretty good. And then we have an all-star of this year, actress Greta Lee, who we've previously covered in Past Lives, the main
Such a great
co-star.
actor.
Great actor. She voices Lila, which is Oscar Isaac's Discord kitten in this movie. She plays his metaverse girlfriend, which she was also in Into the Spider-Verse at the end. And then one of and then maybe my favorite performance in this whole movie, Daniel Kaluuya as Hobie Brown, Spider-Punk. People freaked out about Spider-Punk. Everyone was raving about him, which rightfully so, because he's a great character and great voice actor. He was the main star in Get Out 2017, which is a great horror movie. And he was also, this is just what I've seen him in, he was a great main lead actor in Nope, which came out last year, which was, for a long time, it was my movie of the year, and then I saw it in a few other things, unfortunately. But it's a great movie, fantastic sci-fi movie.
He's also Wakabi in Black Panther.
Yes. I forgot about that. There's a lot of Marvel actors. Like they play, I think Oscar Isaac plays 3 different Marvel characters, right? Because he plays Moon Knight, he played Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, that's right.
Right. He's Spider-Man 2099.
Bro's getting around.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He's had a great couple of last years. And then
his last couple of years.
Yeah.
He's running out of time.
Okay.
Is that moving on?
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali.
He is Uncle Aaron, who is in the movie at the very end, and he's really good. He's also Blade in the MCU, hopefully, if the movie ever comes out. But he's in Eternals at the end,
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah. And then Peter Son, he plays Genki. And this is my trivia fact of the day. Josh, if you can tell me what movie Peter Son directed this year.
Hold on.
Okay. Are you looking it up?
No,
Okay.
I'm chewing.
Okay.
Okay, I finished my food.
Okay.
Let's see.
I can give you a hint if you want.
Give me a hint. Yeah.
It was also another animated movie that came out in the same month as Across the Spider-Verse.
What month was it? Was that
June.
July?
It was June.
Okay, so it wasn't Mutant Mayhem. That was August.
That was August. Yep.
I don't know. Those are the only 2 anime movies that came out this year.
That isn't true.
Oh, did he make what's that called? Elemental?
Yeah, he directed Elementals.
Really?
Yeah. I'm surprised you got it. Congratulations. That's Chris's trivia fact of the day, of the episode or whatever.
My point stands. Those are the only 2 that came out this year.
Yeah. The only 2 that people talk about still, I would say. Even though I heard Elementals wasn't that bad. But
okay, let's move on from Elementals.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about Elementals. You know I don't like Elementals. But yeah. So basically that was just us highlighting the amazing voice acting in this film.
Yeah. We got Josh Keaton as Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, yes. Which if you haven't watched that show, it might be the best Spider-Man animated show. No, it's the best Spider-Man animated show.
You know how you said you had a top 2 Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He's my number 2 Spider-Man.
Who's your number 1?
I think it's just gotta be Tom Holland.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Now, there's a lot of people that hate Tom Holland Spider-Man, which I don't. I don't think that
They're stupid.
I don't think that he's the best Spider-Man like you do, but I think that his take on the character is interesting. But yeah, and everybody's like, I don't get the Far From Home hate.
I do.
Everyone,
horrible movie.
Everyone hates Far From Home.
We gotta call this like the rant episode.
Yeah, it really is. No, but everyone hates Far From Home. And Far From Home, I don't know. I had a really good theater experience. I saw it with 2 of my buddies on my birthday.
That's cool, but Far From Home is the worst Spider-Man movie.
That's not true.
I might be forgetting something, but
The Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Nah.
Spider-Man 2.
Well, Spider-Man 2 is better than Far From Home.
Spider-Man 2 is not great.
That's insane.
I know.
I still can't believe you have this opinion.
For a Spider-Man lover, like literally, I'm currently drinking out of a Spider-Man water bottle and a Spider-Man mug. Like, I do not like Spider-Man 2. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I think that it's one of the worst Spider-Man movies.
You see, this is why this podcast works, because I have good opinions and you have bad opinions.
Yeah. I'll take it. Hey, I got fun opinions.
That's fair, actually.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the actual movie we're covering.
Okay, we're done with the cast.
We're done with the cast. I just thought it was very important to highlight.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire, he's in it for a little bit.
Post Malone.
Post Malone is in it. I just thought it was very important to highlight the amazing voice work in this movie. Because the movie is a technical marvel.
Oh, absolutely. And let's just huge shout out to the people who animated this.
Yeah, because they're getting not great. They don't have great, like, animators across the world just don't have great working conditions.
Yeah.
And
But it's obvious they put their soul into this.
yeah, like some of the scenes are crazy. Like standouts are the Spider Society scene where Miles is escaping, and basically everything in Spider-Man India's world. It just looks amazing.
So let's let's move on from this massive section and actually talk about the plot.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna come out of the gate swinging, although I don't think this is actually swinging because I think most people agree with me on this.
Okay.
Um, I think this movie is greatly hampered by the fact that it's very obviously half of a movie.
You know what? I see that and I understand that, but I love the ending to the movie. And
And I think that's fair. I just feel like it, and this could just be my unnecessary need to cling to classic narrative structure, but like there's no third act of this movie.
that is very true. Like you get to the second act and the canon event happens where Miles saves the kid and Spider-Man India's girlfriend's dad. And
Yeah.
then the rest of the movie just kind of like it it's it barfs itself out, but it's a tight barf. Okay.
That's a crazy.
So okay, it barfs itself out, but it's a clean barf.
I don't like this metaphor. Got anything better?
No, that's what I got. That's what I have.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the movie essentially leaves off at like the end of Act 2 low point.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm sure once Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, and you watch these back to back, it's gonna be absolute peak fiction. But I, it it's just hard for me to rate the first half of a movie.
That's fair. I get that. And but honestly like so I saw this when it came out opening day. And it was a weird experience cuz I went with like a couple of my friends. We get to the theater and it's like packed. And we went to one of the theaters that like no one goes to because it was a Spider-Man movie opening day, Friday night. And packed. We were like, that's crazy. And there was actually a Spider Woman Venom cosplayer there taking pictures with people. And like we weren't sure, like we couldn't figure out if she was paid by Regal or if she was just there for fun. Because
Probably just for fun.
yeah, but she was like she didn't go to see the movie. She stood
And
out.
she went to make a quick buck.
She didn't get paid. We didn't pay her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, she was just standing out in the lobby, right? And then she was talking to like the little kids who were also dressed up as Spider-Man, which was sweet. And maybe she just really likes doing what she does and doesn't really get paid from it. Maybe she just thought it was fun, which I respect the hell out of. But yeah, no, we got a picture with her. I took the picture. I didn't want to be in the picture. But yeah. And then we sit down, packed theater, and all the like people in the theater are reacting to the movie. It's one of those crowds where like it's a loud crowd, but it's a great crowd. They're like it's like they're reacting to all the moments they should be reacting to, but they're not talking through the talking parts.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I go to see a movie and I'm like, this is why streaming services exist. Like people will be talking through the movie and I'm like, how can you do this? You know what I mean?
You know what's a great movie to talk through?
What?
Going on another little tangent here.
Yeah.
It's fine at this point.
It's yeah.
You know what's a great movie to talk through?
What?
Winnie the Pooh.
Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
Dude. That might be like one of the funniest movies of the year without it trying to be.
Honestly, one of my favorite theater experiences.
Yeah. Like there was a part where everybody was like, "Yeah, there's no chance of this movie being good," and everybody started laughing. Like,
Bro, that like 5 minute straight sequence of like the hillbillies
oh
yelling
yeah,
at the movie.
they just like make fun of Pooh for 5 minutes, spitting insults at him, and then he like just like kills two of them, and then one of them runs away, and I kid you not, summons badly CGI'd bees to swarm the guy and kill him. It was like one of the craziest things. It's like Winnie the Pooh can't do that.
This version can.
That's true, yeah. Anyways, back to Spider-Verse. What I was trying to get to is a good part about this movie being part one is the ending. I believe that the ending is a great scene. When Gwen's like, "Are you ready?" and then it like the music builds and then it ends and it says "to be continued." When I tell you that was the most mixed theater experience I've ever seen, because half the people knew that it was a part two. Like I knew that it was a part one.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was like, "That was sick." Like I was like, "No way, that was cool." And I turned to my buddy Royan. I'm like, "That was sick." And then I turned to my friend Tommy, and he jaw wide open. He goes, "What the hell was that?" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Where's the rest of the movie?" And I said, "It's a part one." And he was like, "I didn't know that." So he didn't know it going into it. So he was pissed that there was half of a movie. So I can understand why people are mad that it's half of a movie. But I enjoyed that it was half of a movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is kind of why I wish I saw it when it came out. That reminds me of like seeing Infinity War in theaters. Where like literally, I had to tell people after that it was a part one
That's
because people
crazy.
didn't know Endgame was coming. Just suddenly, all their favorite heroes were dead.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I have a crazy Endgame story. Or not crazy, Endgame story. Crazy and a little bit crazy Infinity War story. So when Infinity War came out, it was 2018 and I was pretty young. And I went to school and didn't see it, but my friend saw it and he was talking about it. And I was like, "Hey man, what are you talking about?" He was like, "The new Avengers movie." I was like, "Oh, I didn't see it yet. Don't spoil it." And he was like, "You like Spider-Man, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Uh-oh, does Spider-Man die?"
That's a crazy thing to say.
Thinking, right, he's going to say no. He's going to say no, and I'm going to, because I knew that Far From Home was coming out. So I was like, he's going to say
Mhm.
no. And he goes, "Yeah, Spider-Man dies." My world was shattered for the rest of the day. I was like, he's lying. He's lying. He's lying. And I was like, I don't know if I can go see this movie, man. And he was like, "Just close your eyes when he snaps his fingers, right?" And this is back when I didn't read the comics. So I didn't know that was a big part. So the we go to see the movie with my parents, and the part where they all like jump him on Titan,
Yeah.
there's like a part where he grabs Peter's hand and like twists it, and I was like, that's him snapping his fingers, right? That's what I thought he meant by snapping his fingers, right? So I'm like, "Mom, I don't feel good." So my mom takes me out and I sit in the lobby with my mom until the movie's over.
No.
So I watched Infinity War in
No.
theaters, but only the first the two-thirds of it.
That's insane.
it it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. Anyways, back to Spider-Man.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if we can top that story in this.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was the peak.
That might be our peak. Anyways,
That's the end of the podcast.
that's the end of the podcast. We don't even need to talk about the movie anymore.
So canon events, huh?
Yeah, so Miles, so the whole big part of the movie is that Miles is a anomaly because he wasn't supposed to get bit by the spider. Earth 42 Miles was supposed to get bit by the spider. But because Fisk was doing testing in the first one, a spider got transported from one reality to Miles's reality, and it bit this universe's Miles. That's why the spider had 42 on it, because it was Earth 42 spider. That's
crazy.
why Miguel hates him, and Miguel locks Spider-Man in a box, and he's like, "We're gonna send you. We're gonna keep you here until your dad dies, because his dad had to die, or else he would mess up the canon event even more and make Spider-Verse not happen or whatever, like the Spider-Verse break."
Mm-hmm.
And Miles is like, "No, that's not true." And Hobie Brown is, like helping him the whole time, because he's kind of like the older brother figure to Miles, where he's like, "Don't listen to them," and he's been telling him not to listen to him for the whole movie. So Miles finally takes his advice and shocks his way out of the cage, and starts running. And then Miles goes, "Guys, jump that guy," right? All the Spider-Men are like, "Sure," and they just start jumping this 16-year-old boy. Like, these are grown-ass men Spider-Man just jumping this 16-year-old kid at their work environment.
This is a crazy sequence.
Yeah. There's like so many good gags in it. Like, the Canadian Spider-Man has a hockey stick, and the spider plush is like sat on the hockey stick, and she hits the plush with the stick onto Miles. And then the whole bit with the cowboy Spider-Man, where he's like, "All right, 3, 2, 1, draw." But before he says draw, Miles webs him, and he's like, "You didn't wait for draw." And then there's the whole cat bit where he gets scratched in the face by Spider Cat. And then there's the whole like 1960s, not 1960s, the like first Spider-Man cartoon guy. Spider-Man
Oh
is there,
yeah.
and he's like 2D animated, and he like swings at Miles. He's like, "I can do everything a spider can." "Oh no, my back hurts," because he's old, which is really fun. It's a funny joke.
Also, specifically, I think the train sequence is iconic.
Oh yeah. And it shows Miles's wit too, because he knows, he's like, "I have to lure everyone, all of the spider people out here to go back to my universe, to go back to the spider lair, to get sent back to my universe and save my dad," which shows not only his capability of being faster and like quicker on his feet than all the other Spider-Men, and also he outsmarts Miguel, which is a great part when he shocks him.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been doing this whole Spider-Man gig for that long, so it's kind of crazy to see him just outplay all these far more experienced Spider-Men.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Oh, by the way, I think we're kind of done talking about this little section here with um this whole chase sequence. It's time for another tangent, you know.
Yeah.
Rip the DCEU finally.
Yeah. Thank God, dude. I've my I've been sat in theaters every time a DCEU movie has come out, except for Shazam 2. I didn't see Shazam 2, which is weird because I like Shazam 1, but I just didn't get
No
around
one
to it.
saw it.
Yeah. My dad watched it on Max 2 months after it came out.
Well, that doesn't count.
That's true. Yeah, no, I genuinely do not know anyone who saw it in theaters. They're like, it's crazy how much they fumbled that universe. There's like 3 good movies in that universe.
Yeah. The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad and Aquaman.
Haven't seen.
Aquaman's good. And Birds of Prey.
Haven't seen.
Birds of Prey is good. It's basically just a Harley Quinn movie, which is good because she's like the best part of that universe.
Yeah.
Like her and Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
And let's not forget the best part of the DCEU.
Ezra Miller.
The Flash.
Oh my god, dude. The Flash was really bad. Like, the first 30 minutes of it fools you because the first 30 minutes of it is a real movie. And then, like, the stuff with Supergirl is, like, really interesting, and then the rest of the movie sucks.
I mean, it should have been a Batman movie. I'll just say it.
There should have been one Batman movie in the DCU.
That, yeah, wow.
And I like Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's a good actor. Good Will Hunting, Gone Girl. And he's like okay in the beginning of this. And then the movie just decides to piss me off for the last hour and a half. 2 hours. Sorry. It's like almost 3 hours too.
You know, at least we have the Robert Pattinson films, even if I'm not crazy about the one that's out so far.
I think it's good. I recently just binged the first 3 Twilight movies. And he's like pretty good in those. Like, I hate to say it, but also everyone that hates on Twilight has lied to me because those movies are good. Like, the first one is really, really mediocre. And then the second one is really good, and then the third one is really good. And I need to finish the series with 2 and 1 and 4 and 5.
That's insane that you just said that.
That the Twilight movies are good. This is just hot takes the episode, I think.
Yeah, with just a loosely
Spider-Man theme. But yeah, oh, Andy Samberg voices Ben Reilly.
That's pretty cool.
He's
You know who else is in this?
Who?
Alfred Molina.
True, he's in it for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, with archival footage.
Yep. But Andy Samberg is like a very good comedic actor. He's really good in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And he's in one of my favorite comedies ever, Hot Rod. Have you seen that?
No.
It's really funny. It's got Will Arnett, who also played Batman. He played Lego Batman, which is the best Batman movie ever. But I digress. Anyways, Andy Samberg plays Ben Reilly in this, who I know is like a fan favorite Spider-Man character. Me personally, I'm not too big on him, but I think that the Clone Saga is more interesting than other people think.
I have literally no experience with the Clone Saga. I just know the big parts.
I feel that.
I think the only Ben Reilly story I've read is God, what's that thing called? Spider-Man Life Story.
Oh, is that the?
It's the one where like it takes place in real time.
That's the one
that grows old.
That's 6 issues, and it's each a different decade. I love that. For some reason, I thought that was Spider-Man Blue.
No, but they're pretty similar in like concept. I think
I haven't read
Spider-Man Blue though.
I haven't read Spider-Man Blue. Because you recommended me Spider-Man Life Story, and I read it, and it's really good.
I mean, it has a blue cover, so
yeah, who can blame me? I mean, now that this is just a Spider-Man episode, one more day.
Shut up, y'all like Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No.
That's crazy.
There's like 2 good parts in the movie. It's crazy.
What do you mean? I can name at least 3.
Okay, go for it.
When Gwen Stacy shouts Peter when her hand is webbed to the car.
And then she covers her mouth.
When Gwen Stacy gets Gwen Stacy'd.
That was heat.
And number 3, um, the motif of running out of time.
I don't know. Now we're gonna do our segment for our Oscar episodes that we do. Josh, how many Oscars and what Oscars do you think Spider-Verse is gonna win?
Okay. I think it'll. Will it be nominated for Best Picture? I doubt it. Well, no, I think it'll be nominated, but no chance it wins.
Okay.
I think it wins Best Animated, obviously.
All right. Is that it?
God, I'm trying to think like what other categories it would do well in. You got any?
I do. I don't think it's going to get nominated for Best Picture. I do think that it's going to get nominated and win Best Animated Feature. And I do think that it has a chance of getting nominated for Best Score.
Yeah. Okay. How you feel about Best Soundtrack?
Oh, yes. No, I'm sorry. That's what I think. I think that it also is going to get nominated for Best Soundtrack and win. Because that soundtrack is. Oh, wait, no.
It's not winning Best Soundtrack.
It's not winning
Barbie
Best Soundtrack.
is winning Best
Barbie is gonna win Best Soundtrack. I think it's gonna get nominated for Best Soundtrack.
I'm bad like a Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still want to party.
Ooh, we should do a cover of that.
Let's do it.
For if we get to 100,000 subscribers, me and Josh will do a parody of a cover of Barbie World. Of Ice Spice featuring Nicki Minaj and Agua. Anyways, that is our loose review and high tangent episode.
Yelling out, we ain't selling out. We got money, but we ain't lending out.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Or I think is it bailing out? I don't know. I don't know the words. I just like the song.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, do you want to reveal what our next episode is going to be?
Oh yeah. So our next episode will be the first one where I recommend Chris a movie. And this one isn't really a movie, kind of. It's rather a recording of a stage play, specifically a musical. This will be The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. I'm very excited for this episode.
Me too.
Yeah, sure you are.
All right, well I think that wraps it up.
Yeah. All right. See y'all around.
Follow us on Letterboxd.